Hello everyone and welcome to the Synergy Lab with new extra juicy, I'm thinking a nice citrusy orange flavors for us to enjoy because we have a new booster pack including one real item of note, and that is Technology Zero. Your tears connected by lines of luscious electricity, enjoying every ecstatic volt. And I am going to put them to good use today, yes, I am. Because if I had the power to connect objects with lines of electricity in real life, I would probably not use it that much, because I think it would be like, in a general sense, mildly inconvenient. I mean, mildly is probably putting it lightly, actually. It would just be definitely on the inconvenient side if there was random sparks of electricity surging through my immediate household area, and it's a danger. I mean, health and safety, don't like it. I mean, I already nearly stabbed people and nearly put boiling water on them enough, and I wish I was joking, but 4 times now somebody is like called for my attention while stood behind me in the kitchen, and I've been holding like something dangerous because I've been cooking, like a pan of water or the aforementioned knife, and I've just spun round and gone, "What's up?" and they've gone, "Wow, Jesus!" and I'm like, "What?" with my, you know the hand wave that you do with your arm when you're like, "Whoa!" like, what's going on, like that, but holding a knife, so it's not great. So I think, no, ultimately, if I could connect objects with electricity, it wouldn't do a lot for me. However, it would still be a lot of fun. And I think that's something that we have to address here. Ain't that right, little horn? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, little hon? Sorry, I'm really distracted by something in real life. I'm just checking if something's real. Oh, it is real. Okay, good. The imagination is probably running wild with you right now, but just accept it. Just accept it. So, Technology Zero. Shocking absolutely no one. Get it? We're going to add Jacob's Ladder because we need electricity connected tears. I mean, those items were just meant to be. They are a match made in heaven. Yes, they are indeed. So, what are we going to do? Well, there's a lot of options. There really is. There is a lot of ways to take this. We're going to get Cricket's body because that's already nice because it just, just little spider webs of electricity going out, and that's what we're gonna chill with for now because already that looks kind of nice. And the thing is, this is a very good glowing item, and I do like a good glow. Ask anyone. I think in another life I definitely was a firefly. If I could grow a giant abdomen that was luminescent, I again probably wouldn't because I feel like the wider world may judge me. That would have been a great item if this was a normal run, so probably another one that I don't actually need, but you do know what I'm saying. God, we are filled with electricity today, and it is so good. Oh, it excites me to my very core. To my very core. To my very core. Sorry about that. I do have a rare condition where I have to sing the last few words of each of my sentences 3 times, getting increasingly, at least I think, better as I continue. As I continue. As I continue. As I continue. Was that better? Or was that worse? Oh, was that worse? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Stay with me. Stay with me. It's going to be fine. How good would this run have been, though? Cricket's head, Death's touch, some fairly nice little items. Alright, so obviously we need to think, how are we going to take this to ridiculousness? How are we gonna make this happen? Well, there's obviously a lot of different ways to do it, but we kind of want to get ourselves like a real web of electricity, don't we? We really do want a nice little, just constant, everywhere power. You know, the power is the main thing. But for now, we are going to grab ourselves the analog stick so we can fire them around us like this and have this lovely pattern escaping from us, which I kind of like, spiraling outwards, doing what it needs to do. Because the thing about this item, the real thing about this item is there's not actually like a lot that you need to do for it in order to make it really cool. Because already, right, even with just this current setup, it's like ridiculous. It's awesome. It looks great. So you don't need to go absolutely mental. And I think this is definitely an item where you are in danger of overdoing it, you know, adding too many spices to the dish and ironically ruining it. I think that's definitely something that we need to be aware of here. So we gotta think about that while we consider our electricity-ness. And actually, considering being an operative word there, I had a very unfortunate experience today. You know when you wake up. Yeah, you're all familiar with that as fellow humans. Haha, yes, fellow humans. And when you wake up and you realize, hang on, I wasn't supposed to wake up now. What woke me up? What woke me up? What foolish mortal dares to wake me up? You know, when you're having those thoughts, when you're thinking about crushing someone, you know, those kind of thoughts. Let me just grab my items, then we'll continue spinning this yarn. Yes, we will. So for now, what we are going to grab is just a little tiny bit of anti-gravity, because as you may guess, it does make this quite good, because obviously you end up in a situation where they're all connected, going round, and then as they undo, the lightning sparking, like I am just generating a cool lightning trail. Honestly, this is not really looking like anything how it's going to end up, but again, this is definitely going to be a slow burn, because we're going to do something that looks awesome, but it's definitely fairly subtle, because obviously this item is so much fun to synergize, and there is quite a few. You guys should just be lucky that we're not also involving turrets here, okay? But I at least have 3 of these that I want to go over. So, you know, we might be in for an electricity few weeks. I'm warning you now, alright? I'm warning you now, we might be into it. Though, that's kind of why I love booster packs so much. They give me a couple new really fun items to play around with that just kind of open up a whole new experience for me to toy with. And don't worry, I will save you the impromptu Disney this one time, but only this one time. What would our item room have been? Well, yeah, it's actually a really good run. But yeah, I was like, who has woken me from my slumber? And I have this moment of, it's the door. Oh no, it's the door. Have you ever had that moment right there where time slows down? The world stops moving quite as fast. The knocking, the banging on the door. You hear a hand start to reach for your letterbox, the metal clanking up, and you're like, please, someone answer it. I want to sleep. And you don't hear that familiar sound of footsteps walking towards the door. And you have to make this decision. Now, we've talked about this a few times, but you have to make that decision. Do you go, it's probably not something I need, right? I don't need it. Or do you realize that no, this is your moment. This is where you were chosen. You were chosen by the gods of the mail room. What a freaking ridiculous angel room. This is a thing? Okay. That's fine. Wow. Wow. All right. Wow. Yeah, wow. You realize this is your calling. This is your moment. This is your chance to be a hero of the people. A hero of everyone. And you realize that I forgot to do something really important. We're going to jump cut in a couple of seconds. And we're back. Don't worry. Nobody died. Well, nobody important died. All right. So you get called. You get this calling, and you gotta do it. You gotta address it. You gotta realize that this is your moment right here. And then you think, no, it's probably fine. And I did. I admit, I'm not proud of it. But I did have, by the way, how good is that? This, like, just pulsing ring of electricity coming out from me. But I will admit, I had the moment And I was like, nah, I can't. I'm so tired. When you just are so thoroughly tired that you just can't bring yourself to do it. You know, you just cannot bring yourself to make it happen. And I had that. But then I realized what it was that I was leaving to not be collected. I had this moment of clarity. See, I own 3 lizards. And, you know, that's really good. I love them. But they do need a lot of food, and most of that food is wriggly and alive in insect form. And I realized what I had ordered was a bag filled with 100 adult dubia cockroaches, which are fantastic food to give to lizards. And obviously when I say cockroach, you know, you're probably going to think of your typical, like, kitchen pest. But no, these are tropical cockroaches. They die if you release them into your house because they can't handle the environment. They're just really good, surprisingly clean animals, full of nutrition. They're great dubia roaches. They're not dubious at all, despite their name. And I needed them, and the thing is, if they got redelivered, that's another couple days of 100 roaches with just each other as company in a small bag, and really, I don't want them to die, because that's a lot of wasted money. So I had to make a decision. I did. And the thing is, what I plan on doing with them is having my own dubia roach colony. I'm going to breed them in this nice habitat I've got set up for them, and that way I can just keep feeding their babies alive to my other babies, which, thinking about it, is quite a sick system, but I like it. Yeah, I do. And by the way, look at this. Is that just not lovely, glowing in the gloom? Oh, anything that can glow in the gloom is something that I am a big fan of. So, let's kind of reach final synergy status here, because I think that's what we're going to do, and then I'll finish tattling my tail. Alright, so what we want is a little bit, just a tiny little bit of mysterious liquid. Yes, we do. And this is good, because obviously it adds a different kind of glow as they go away. Like, isn't that nice? You know, it's lovely, but it's not quite the end of what we want. We're going to get ourselves Tiny Planet, and what's going to happen here is we have this going on, this lovely connected web as it goes around me. Look at that. Is that not wonderful? I mean, it's just really nice and subtle, right? The extra splash from Cricket's head just going another as it cycles along. And is that not just nice? Now, we are going to turn this up to 11 a little bit later on. Nothing crazily later on, but a little bit later on. But this is essentially the base of the synergy, because again, I want it to be nice and subtle. Though that said, we do need to ramp up the damage a little, but I'm not going to do it just yet. Not quite just yet. I love that so much. And then, whoom, another one. It's just nice. Though one weird thing is if I fire enough of them, I will take damage. Let me see if I can make it happen, because it's really weird. Now, obviously, I could just keep doing this, which I think we can all agree is a very nice way of using this. Like, come on, is that not wonderful? But sometimes, if I do too many at once, I do take damage. I don't know what the bug is. I, of course, can't make it happen now that I am telling you about it, but it's a very weird thing. Either way, we don't need any more trinkets or anything like that. You know, we don't need to go too heavy on this. Again, subtle. You can add to it as you like, but I don't want to go too crazy. Too crazy right now. I'm not going too crazy right now. So, I realized that they were my cockroaches, and obviously, I needed to get them. That was... oh, is that not great? Oh, there it is. In fact, look, I did actually take damage there. Although, was that from... oh, every time I launch it, because now they separate from each other and create like a barrier of electricity as they chase me down. Like, look at that! Oh, that is just fantastic. Tiny Planet is really a star item when it comes to this. It seriously is. Oh, let us head back down. Oh, wow, they really weren't all dead. That's ridiculous. So I needed to get my cockroaches, but obviously all this decision time did mean that, technically speaking, I had left it too late. So I kind of ran downstairs not really that dressed, half dressed, you know, t-shirt and comfy pajama shorts because you're never too old. And not really pajama shorts, just some shorts. I wish I had comfy pajama shorts. It's so sad. But either way, I went downstairs, burst out my door, and I don't see the post person. Let's go with post person. I think that's correct. And I assume they've gone up the street and turned right just out of view because it's not been that long. And I didn't want to go running after them because obviously in my state that would look really weird, a disheveled person chasing a postman down. And from previous stories, you know that I probably don't need to chase another postman down because it's happened before. It should not have done. It's not a thing that should happen multiple times in one's life, but it is. That's fine. And he's like, all right, fine. I gotta go for it. So I'm there looking. I mean, I've just woke up. You gotta realize my decision making isn't at full capacity. Let's say it's not quite at full capacity. My decision making not quite there. I've just woke up, rushed downstairs, I'm in a panic, adrenaline's flowing, as it does in post-based situations, and I decide, well, I need to yell then. I need to yell. So my phrase of choice is, "Stop! You're leaving with my cockroaches!" Which obviously, given what you know about the situation, makes sense as a sentence, but in a vacuum, someone who doesn't know why exactly it is that I'm doing that is obviously going to find it a little bit more on the confusing side. And of course, to my dismay, I look to my left a little and see the house across the way and see my neighbor kind of staring at me like they'd just seen a rare, weird species of animal. And I pretended that I didn't see them, literally backed up, backpedaled through the door, and locked it. And yeah, then I went back to bed because I, apart from, wanting more sleep, realized that holy shit, I need to just pretend that didn't happen. But yeah, how cool does this look? I know we're just repeatedly getting brimstoned, but oh, it just looks fantastic. But it's going to look even better. But the thing is, I didn't want to go too to the super crazy, because I know you want a little bit of super crazy, but we're going to stick with this for now, because we just need lots of glowing things through the air with electricity. That's really all we need to initially show off and play with this item. Don't worry, I got you. I got you if you want to see ridiculousness. Kind of cool that we had a strength card in the boss rush, so I used that just to get a little bit more on the oomph side of things. Come on, there we go. Get destroyed, Gary and Queen. So yeah, there you go. Needless to say, the post person, if they did hear me, didn't come back, so I've lost my cockroaches. I'm hoping they'll get redelivered soon, and that they're all alive and not eating each other. I don't have my hopes up, but, gotta speculate to accumulate insects, I guess. That's great. But yeah, the main lizard that they're for is my new baby Tegu, who spends her time leaping onto her light. Not the light itself, obviously. It's got a box around it so she can't burn herself, but leaping onto the box, crawling up it, leaping across to the tube light, which is safe to walk on, walking across that like a tightrope lizard, and then trying to pry open the little, plastic wire panel to allow the wires to feed into the vivarium, and trying to escape. I'd heard Tegus were good escape artists, but holy hell, and she's still a baby, and she's that smart. I think that is just absolutely wonderful. I really, really do. Alright, now that you've seen that, let's do our first little turny up a little bit. And for that, we're going to do a quite classic little thing here. I say classic since it was introduced. And we're going to Void. And what this does, as you can see, creates quite the amazing, portal of green around me. Look at that. Does that not look wonderful? Just this rum with me glowing in the center, surrounded by this radiation. And then, of course, you just see the electricity whirling round in the circle. It kind of looks like a nuclear electric generator turbine spinner thing. And I think that is absolute. You see the lines flashing across the floor, because we've got a nice big clear room here. You see it? Vroom, 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 vroom. It just looks absolutely fantastic, and that's all we really need. Is that not just freaking awesome? I love it so much. But the reason I didn't want to go for that straight away is because obviously when you just fire it, the electricity isn't too connected. so it kind of lowers the focus on the electricity itself. But when you do it in the formation and have them crackling with electricity, connected, swirling round, connecting to each of the different balls, and just making this awesome portal of electric power, I love it. I absolutely love it. So that is what we are going for today. And I've done a few little different ways of dealing with it, but this is definitely my favorite. The only real extra option is to get infinity tiers and change it to a more silver and grey, which is something that I will do on the next floor, because I kind of like it a lot. But yeah, this is very much a little bit of a modification of the kind of Holy Storm we had recently, as I turned out. It wasn't supposed to be, or anything like that, but it is kind of fairly similar, but because for my first Tech Zero Synergy, I didn't want to do one that just completely relied on it, you know? I kind of wanted it to highlight something that I've kind of been wanting for a while, because I've realized for, well, again, a while, that surrounding yourself in these tiers do put you in this cool portal, but the connecting electricity is finally the addition that I needed to really make it Synergy Lab worthy, and that's the thing that is very cool. And the new items adding potential and possibilities with stuff that I thought was, yeah, almost there, but not quite. I very much do like that. So if we get ourselves that, and then we start getting a lovely flashing portal, is that not great? Oh, is that not great? Now, technically speaking, we can add ourselves a little bit of holy light if we want to, if we get that, but then there's just a lot of blue going on. But one thing I do kind of like is the blue from God's flesh, though I can't remember if it actually appears once you've got continue like this. No, I don't think it does. But basically, we kind of almost have, like, chroma electricity, maybe? Is that the right description? It's not black and white, but similar, right? Like, the coloring screen is kind of muted. Like, if you did have black and white electricity, that's kind of what we're seeing here. Pulsing and bubbling and just generally being fantastic in every single way. Now, obviously, if we were to get Loki's horns, we can fill in everything a lot more and really stack up the electricity. Like, look at it, just absolutely coated. And then it does kind of bug out and just fire this beam off to the right, and we get ourselves a sudden swirl in the center of electric. I'm not really sure what it thinks it's doing, but it does think it's doing something, and I guess I'm cool with that. I guess I am. And then, of course, one final little addition, if we really want to go full for it. We do this, and then it slowly comes in close. Then we release it, and then it comes back in, slowly swirling round us, the electricity combining. And then look at that go. Is that not great? Is that not fantastic? Look at it. And it's swirling round, taking the electricity for it, like it is actually a hurricane. A hurricane? Yes, a hurricane. What happens when a unicorn combines with a hurricane? A hurricane of lightning. So yeah, this is the kind of mental over the top that I was saying that we could do if we really wanted to, and I guess I kind of got carried away and in fact ended up really wanting to, which I guess... my bad. Oh my god. I am not even really sure what just happened there. All I know is that there is electricity everywhere. And sometimes you just need to cover the world in electricity and see what's going on. But yeah, it's totally cool if you prefer earlier versions of the Synergy. I mean, I definitely do. But I also, you know, in one episode, want to at least show you everything that I've considered about a Synergy. You know, I really want to completely... the box around me go over and it just goes mental. Go over everything that we have available to us, and I think that's pretty damn good. Isn't that right? It lives. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, there we go. We got our complete covering back. That's fantastic. Alright, let's go destroy the Hush. And obviously the good thing about the Hush is it's the blue floor. And the blue floor really likes to show this up very, very prettily. Obviously we can't have any fire going on. I guess I might as well take 3 extra hearts. Why the hell not? Probably better than embarrassingly dying to this. And here we go. Alright. Let's stand on top of that. I do like that taking damage launches them in that way. I think that's just fantastic. Oh, get electric, get electric. There is a Ludo technique version of this that I definitely want to see. Oh, the electric power. The portal in the center. Is it already dead? Oh, that is amazing! Look at it, the electric combined with the glow of the liquid or radioactive tears as it just comes in slowly towards me, and obviously the electricity surge outwards. I love it. I love it so much. I really do. But a lot of the time, my reflection is very much an acquired taste. It's either make or break for a synergy like this. But then we do... Hey, there we go! See, look, I took damage just because my tears are too powerful or something. I don't really know the specifics on it, but there we go. Let's go see how the Delirium likes this little bit of fun. But yeah, obviously I haven't had a long time to play around this because it is a brand new item, but I definitely do like this as a first way of really kind of going for it. Well, that was unexpected. Let's see how quickly it murders the Delirium then. I'm going to assume fairly quickly as my portal does form around me. See, the outside swirl of tears is kind of irrelevant to me because it's really this central glowing electric portal that I very much like. And yes, I realize I'm saying the same words a lot, but I want to emphasize why I love it, okay? I don't know why I went, like, kind of old-timey television voice to emphasize that, but I kind of feel like I did. That was very sudden. Like, a weird, dripping black creature tried to hug me. You know what I'm saying. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm saying! So there you go, everybody. Technology 0. Electricity portal sparking in the gloom. I love it. I love it. There is a lot more to come. Do not worry. We are going to have ourselves some fun times with this item. My name has been Rage. Like you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. And I will see you next time. A good boy.